Musician Tory Lanez is set to be sentenced on Monday for shooting fellow artist Megan Thee Stallion in 2020. Lanez, whose legal name is Daystar Peterson, was found guilty in December 2022 of 3 felonies in the shooting which left Megan Thee Stallion wounded with bullet fragments in her feet. Prosecutors have called for Lanez to be sentenced to 13 years in prison for the offense, and what they have described as a subsequent campaign of misinformation waged through hip-hop blogs and music meant to decimate Megan Thee Stallion's credibility. Lanez's defense team has called for probation and a residential drug treatment program that would help the artist deal with alcoholism, which they say he developed to cope with childhood trauma. The sentencing will mark the end of a polarizing 3-year saga that played out in court, the artist's social media and on hip-hop gossip blogs. Prosecutors said it began on July 12, 2020, with a small pool party at Kylie Jenner's mansion in the Hollywood Hills. Megan Thee Stallion, whose legal name is Megan Pete, arrived at the home a few hours before Lanez. The pair, along with Kelsey Harris and Lanez's security guard, left in a black SUV to drop Megan Thee Stallion and Harris off at the rental home where they were staying. During the drive an argument broke out between the musicians, prosecutors have said, and Lanez's bodyguard pulled over onto a quiet street in the hills where Megan Thee Stallion exited the vehicle. As she walked away from the car, the prosecutors said, Lanez pulled out a handgun and fired it toward the ground in her direction. George Mdisian, Lanez's defense attorney, argued during the trial that Harris was the one who shot Megan Thee Stallion, after Lanez revealed that he and Megan Thee Stallion had been romantically involved. The incident made headlines and fueled weeks of speculation, but it wasn't until August 20, 2020 that Megan Thee Stallion said on Instagram Live that Lanez had shot her. Lanez has maintained his innocence, accusing Megan Thee Stallion of lying about being shot and claiming that her Roc Nation management team was trying to frame him. Megan Thee Stallion has vehemently denied ever being in a romantic relationship with Lanez, including during a high-profile interview with Gayle King. She did testify that the two had been intimate after bonding over their mother's deaths. During the trial, Megan Thee Stallion told the jury that she lied at first out of embarrassment and that she was disgusted to have shared her body with someone who would shoot her. "I don't want to be on this earth," she said at one point during a day-long testimony. "I wish he would have shot and killed me if I knew I would go through this torture." The jury deliberated for one day before convicting the 30-year-old Canadian rapper of assault with a semi-automatic firearm, having a loaded, unregistered firearm in a vehicle and discharging a firearm with gross negligence. After the conviction, through the appeals, and now in a 41-page sentencing memo, Lanez has continued to maintain his innocence. His attorneys have argued that Lanez's alcohol abuse disorder played a factor in his actions. Megan Thee Stallion has slowly returned to public eye in recent months and hasn't spoken publicly about Lanez or the shooting since an April interview in Elle magazine. "I view myself as a survivor, because I have truly survived the unimaginable. Not only did I survive being shot by someone I trusted and considered a close friend, but I overcame the public humiliation of having my name and reputation dragged through the mud by that individual for the entire world to see," she told Elle. Lawyers for Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion did not respond to a request for comment.